Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Poland Daily Travel. Boy, we got a good show for you. The sun is shining, and we will be going over to Praga, the district of Warsaw, which is on the eastern bank of the Vistula River. We're going to start out, though, on the Holy Cross Bridge. From there to the west, you can see the spires of the gleaming new Warsaw. All those skyscrapers, very impressive. You can also see the old town to the north and the west. And on the east, of course, old Praga. Praga exists pretty much as it has for many centuries. It was not much destroyed during World War II, and now it's a popular bohemian hangout. We're going to take you for a walk right through the center of the main part of Praga. Action starts at St. Florian's Church. We'll see a milk bar and the 5 musicians statue, and hear a very famous song, A Dream of Warsaw it's called. And it's one of my favorites. We'll stop off at the Praha Cinema. Then we'll go to the market in Praga, the largest market in Warsaw today. The old school outdoor market hasn't changed much in 30 years. So come and have a look at alternative Warsaw. It's called Praga, and it's lots of fun. This is eye candy you'll happily digest. So come along. The next few episodes, we're on the eastern bank of the Vistula in Warsaw, in Praga district. Poland Daily Travel, the best travel about Poland you've ever seen. Hey everybody, we are in the heart of Praga. I promised you that we would come here, and we are here. This is the oldest part of Warsaw, the part that was not destroyed during the Second World War. It goes back a long time over here, and it's actually a very big area because, in fact, Praga means all of the areas that are on the east side of the Vistula, or the Wisła in Polish, the Vistula River, okay? So this is where we are. Behind us is a very famous church. Down here is the train station, Wileńskie Station. You can see some things here. The zoo is this way. Now, we're not going to go to the zoo today, but we will go. And in fact, the zoo is very interesting here. Not only is it a good environmental zoo with a lot of really interesting animals, it is also the place, you can see the house, which was featured in the film The Zookeeper's Wife, starring Jessica Chastain, a true story of people saving lives during World War II, hiding people from the Germans in the Warsaw Zoo. But we'll do that another time. But the zoo's just there, and it's worth seeing. We were going to show you the bears, weren't we?
Yeah, and the donuts maybe as well.
We're going to show some donuts too. Yeah, we'll go to the donuts in a second. But the bears are not out. I don't know. It's the end of March, but they're not out. So that's a shame, because they have the beautiful brown bears that are usually just across the street, so anybody can see them. But don't mess with them, and don't feed them. Also, we got some lovely donuts over here. I might just go over there and purchase one, because you know how much, if you've been watching our shows, how much I love donuts.
And it's Fat Friday today.
Is it Fat Friday?
It could be for us.
If we eat donuts, we'll be fat. Yeah. But not just one. We can eat one. You don't like donuts, do you?
No, not really.
No, you prefer hamburgers.
Yeah. Or steaks.
No, you prefer steak. She likes steak. So it's better for you. Anyway, let's see what else we get. That's it. Oh, but I forgot to say also, the old town is just across this bridge. The river's right that way. Bridge, not the bridge we were on, the next bridge north, and you go straight to the old town. We could walk there. We could be there in 10 minutes.
Walk and talk.
We could walk and talk. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk and talk through the heart of Praga. You're going to get a real sense of what these streets are like, these oldest streets of the original Warsaw that was not destroyed. Okay, and Stan's going to join us too. You remember Stan from previous episode. He's going to join us, and we're going to have some fun. But right now, I'm a little hungry. I think I may get a donut. What do you think?
Sure.
We get a donut?
Let's go.
Okay. You don't have to eat one. Come on.
Okay.
Dzień dobry. here we are. Stan has joined us. Thanks for staying with us. We're still in the heart of Praga. We're about to take a walk, but before we do, it's worth talking about the square we're in, which is called Veterans Square of 1863, right?
Right.
What's that all about? Stan has a big brain. He's going to tell us.
So it's about, it's to commemorate the veterans of the 1863 uprising that was primarily organized in this part of occupied Poland. Remember, Poland was partitioned during most of the 19th century by three powers, Prussia, Russia, and Austria. And this part of Poland was part of the Russian Empire.
Right.
And
Okay.
it was the
We knew
most
that.
oppressed part of Poland. So you had two major uprisings that happened here, the one from November 1830 and the second one of 1863. And so
Right.
that's why this square is commemorated. And it was the bloodiest one because it was more like a guerrilla warfare rather than the
Partisan,
other.
they call
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Partisan war?
Yes,
Yeah.
partisan war.
Well, we say guerrilla in America.
Yeah. For South America
United
generally,
States,
yes,
or South
exactly.
America, yeah.
So this square is here to commemorate this event. And but before that, it used to be a square. You had a lot of fairs, like the horse fairs.
There was a famous horse fair here?
I'm not sure if it was famous, but I'm
But it
pretty
was-
sure there was a lot of activity, commercial
okay.
activity. Remember, it used to be the poor part of Warsaw, and you would go like 2 miles this way, down this road, the Solidarności Aleja. You would probably be in the countryside already.
Yeah, this street runs right down,
Yes.
bisects Warsaw, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Solidarity
And on the other side,
Yeah.
you would go to the countryside. So, what happened? Praga was expanding a lot in the 19th century, and it lacked churches. So, at some point, the locals, the local parish, asked the authorities. Remember, it was still under Russian occupation. We're in the end of the 19th century, and they asked the authorities if they could fundraise to build a new church. And so they did it, and they even were allowed to do it around Warsaw, which was uncommon.
But this was a huge thing to be put into Praga,
Yeah,
right?
Look at the size of it,
Yeah.
and especially for a poor
And
community.
The two staples are famous. The two steeples are famous too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's a famous site around the city.
You can see them from the old town, and
Yeah.
and actually they were higher in the when they were built, but since the helmets of the church were so heavy,
Yeah.
the tower started to crack. So in the 30s of the 20th century, they had to shorten the towers. But anyways, so they managed to fundraise some money. And then a wealthy aristocrat, Aleksandra Potocka, gave around 6,000 rubles.
Because Potocki family, of course, is one of
Yes.
the great aristocratic,
Exactly.
traditional dynasty.
One of the,
Dynasties,
let's say, most famous Polish aristocratic family. She was the heiress of the Wilanów Palace. And,
okay.
so she gave something like 6,000 rubles. Remember, the rubles back then were kind of the same market value as the dollars of that same time. And the overall price of the construction of this cathedral, because it became the Cathedral of Praga, was around 300,000 rubles, which is a lot of money. But locals couldn't afford it, so the city had to bail out some money to build it. And they finally did it.
So it was a big thing. Basically,
Yes.
it was a testament to belief and sort of raising the atmosphere of old time Praga, right?
Well, it was just a fact that the Polish community here, which was of course predominant in Warsaw, just wanted to have a bigger church, and this church
But
is
remember,
probably kind of
under Russian
yes,
domination.
it's almost like a
Yeah.
statement, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
kind of neo-Gothic church.
Yeah. It's an impressive
and
structure.
and the architect told at the end, at some point of his life, he said it was his biggest achievement. Unfortunately,
architect
yes.
said this was
Unfortunately, the church
his
was
greatest hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the church was blown up by the Germans when the Russians were closing in on Warsaw in September. On the 14th of September, they blew the church up. They were supposed to blow up the hospital, which is here, but fortunately, they didn't do it. They just instead blew only the church, which is also.
They blew it up.
They blew it up. You could see pictures like there's only parts of the outer walls.
Stan, thanks for that. Very knowledgeable, isn't he? It was excellent, I thought. Stan, very fluid. Okay, so we're here. We're in the Uprising Square. It's an essential part of Praga, a great place to start. You're in the heart of it right now. We're going to continue our walk. Here's the great, what's the name of the church again? St. Florian?
So it's St. Michael the Archangel and St. Florian the Martyr.
Okay. The Martyr, yeah.
The Martyr,
okay.
yeah.
All right, and the famous old hospital is right over there. So this is really a quintessential place. We're going to move on now, and we're going to just start moving south a little bit, okay? Stay with us. What?
South?
We're going to move south, back there. Poland Daily Travel. Stay with us.